Although modeling time has been a bit limited lately, there's been a chance to make some progress on the 2025 motorcycle group build. I've done a little bit of work on the engine and the oil lines. Small pieces of styrene strip are used to build up hollow areas, such as this one on the right-hand engine case, and this spot on the gear cover, portions of which will be visible after the engine's fully assembled. This picture of a real cylinder from a WL engine, similar to what's provided in the kit, shows something that Italy didn't provide, which is fastener detail for the 4-cylinder mounting bolts. Shape of the cylinder base is accurate, but no holes or bolt heads are provided. This is easily remedied on the model by drilling a number 67 hole at each corner of the mounting base. This diameter of drilled hole provides an attachment point into which nut bolt washer castings are glued to simulate the fasteners used to attach cylinders on a real bike engine. Compared with the unmodified kit cylinder on the right, the one on the left, with fastener details added and painted NATO Black, is much more realistic. Each of the 3 oil lines is provided as a one-piece molding. In addition to the challenge of trying to clean up parts runner attachment points and parting lines on a small round object, the kit supplied parts won't work anyway because I'm using a different and much smaller oil tank. Although it takes a little bit of work to decipher, the kit instructions do indicate where the oil lines attach to the engine. 2 oil lines attach to rather crude, oversized holes, and the third one is simply glued to a projection on the side of the gear cover. I decided to retain the kit hex fittings, but replace the oil lines with 0.32-inch diameter brass wire. The first step was filling the 2 rather oversized holes on the engine case with styrene strip. Some recycling of model parts was actually done here, with unused suspension components from the Fruehauf dump trailer whittled down to fit in the square and rectangular holes in the Harley's engine case. Each hex fitting was cut free from its respective oil line, and a number 65 hole was drilled through to provide some clearance for the 0.32-inch diameter brass wire that will be used to simulate the oil line. Here I'm using one pin vise on the left to hold one of the fittings, while the hole is drilled using the pin vise on the right. For the oil line that was supposed to just be glued to the gear cover, I drilled it through, again using the number 67 drill, to create a hex fitting, and then drilled another number 67 hole in the appropriate location on the gear cover. Now, instead of relying on a small glue joint attaching the hex fitting to the gear cover, the fitting can be slid onto the brass wire, which is in turn inserted into the drilled hole for a much more secure connection. The other 2 oil line fittings are also glued to the engine assembly, and the same was done with the modified Sportster fuel tank, which is now going to represent a tank divided into 2 halves, one side for oil and the other side for fuel. That's the extent of progress so far. Thanks for watching this brief update. Next time around, we'll have the engine a little bit more fully together and some paint applied.